Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Good morning. Look at share mode on here. Well, another morning with some pre-market news to give us some volatility again to go into market open. Just uh, watching this 15-minute double sweep going into open here, where we have a sweep up into here. Basically, we made a big old. This was news, so we'll see what happens. That could absolutely just get fully reclaimed. We did miss PDH by just a little bit up here, but I'm just watching this 15-minute double sweep going into open. Cannot close up inside of this 15-minute. It's a 15-minute unicorn inside of the 15-minute breaker here. So we'll see if that means down going into open or what. Just gonna wait for what. Just going to wait for some clarity though. ES did take PDH. That is correct. So we'll see what happens. But basically, we got so out of the 15-minute breaker, you'll see we off of the 15-minute double sweep, we actually got a we got a 15-minute or a 1-minute breaker down off of the double sweep. So that would have been right here. This was obviously the would have obviously in hindsight would have been the pristine entry off of that double sweep. But so my guess would be down at open, but we'll see. I'm not in any positions until something speaks more clearly. The big play was I mislabeled the for the announcement for London. I meant to say 2 a.m. Central, not 2 a.m. Eastern. So sorry if that confused anything. But I woke up and I seen this. We had already hit this. You see this. If we were up at 2 o'clock Eastern, we could have caught this. But you see, this was the breaker that sent us up this morning off of the sweep of the 4 hour down here. There was a 4 hour sweep I think on ES, but yeah, it was a little sketchy leaving these equal lows. But if you get a breaker at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's usually going to be pretty damn good. So, like I said, we'll see what happens going into open. Just based off that 15-minute double sweep, I would say down though, and the SMT on PDH, but again, no positions going into open. Probably just wait on 10 o'clock. We'll see how this happens. But right now, it is a 1 hour it is a 4 hour sweep with a 15-minute unicorn here to the downside. So that's why I would be leaning to the downside here going into open. What up, Hidalgo? We can catch that silver bullet today or what? um, Oh, did not mean to do that. Let's check out the 1 hour here quick. So right now, oh yeah, that's right. The 1 hour is just an inside candle. Just an inside candle that closed back inside the range here. So uh let's go from there. All right, so we got open in about a minute with a 15-minute double sweep out of a 15-minute breaker with a 4 hour sweep. So you guys can see and understand why I would think down here at open. But again, it was just news, and we know news candles can just be quickly reclaimed. So short at 455, maybe. I mean, you're back up inside the breaker. Remember, if we're gonna get a short, it's gonna be if you're looking for a short on a 15-minute double sweep, hourly double sweep, or even a regular sweep in general. Where are you looking for a short? You're looking for the breaker to form inside of this wick, inside of that sweep candle's wick is where you're looking to get short, or along for that matter. So down here, I wonder if there's a. I think there was a 1 minute breaker to the upside. Oh, the 1 minute breaker, yeah, right here. So actually, what we're holding right here, the 1 minute breaker off of midnight. So we'll see if we end up taking a new high or what's going to happen. If the 4 hour somehow comes up and ends up taking this high, closing above, and then we break the SMT with PDH, then we can look for a continuation model higher at 10 o'clock. Otherwise, it could be a continuation down at 10 o'clock. If the hour closes as an inside candle, probably won't have much interest still. I want to see one side of this hourly candle swept here. Target previous day 50%. Doggo pushing buttons already. I like it. We'll see if it pays off. We'll see if it pays off. Hopefully. Looks like we did make a little breaker to the upside here. Remember, obviously, just looking in hindsight, but this is your 1 minute breaker right now off of the 15-minute swing off of midnight. Right, so your 15-minute swing right here. Obviously, it's just internal crap. So I mean, it's something I wouldn't have taken a trade on this, but just a level to watch. I would expect if you want to see this broke if you're bearish here. You don't want to see us continue to hold here. And it wouldn't be one. I guess looking in hindsight, you wouldn't have had the 15-minute double sweep here, right? The 15-minute double sweep happened up here, so it's not like you wouldn't have taken this because of a double sweep. It wouldn't surprise me if we start chopping again too. So, Doggo, I have no idea what those arrows mean. What up, Perry? There was some confusion on London. I posted the wrong time, but I did wake up for it. I mean, I was talking in the Discords, but the 2 o'clock move was the 5-minute breaker down here. There's a 5-minute breaker right here. That would have been the move, but obviously that's just hindsight, and we were not up for it. So, because when I woke up, like I woke up for like 3 o'clock, and we were already past it. Like we were already pumping up past it, and then I seen the relative equal lows down here, and I was just like, eh. But yeah, another news candle. So like I said, it would not surprise me to sit here and chop in this hourly range. But I would still say down here unless we take this double sweep high, then I'll say we're likely going to push up to PDH. So right now, you see we just retested. So basically we're stuck, right? We're stuck between, this is your 15-minute, this is your 1 minute breaker to the downside. This is your 1 minute breaker to the upside. But the thing is, you have a 15-minute double sweep up here. Here you just have a 15-minute swing. Again, nothing that I would be touching here, but that's just what I'm watching. Watch for one side of the levy to a break. It should give you a pretty clear sign of what this thing wants to do. But just going to hopefully avoid all chop if possible today. Because New York has not been fun. Not at all. I did not A-trades. I did not. And I woke up and already seen the breaker was retested, and we were rolling already right here. Just went back to bed. Or normally this is something I would be, expecting complete downside on, just because of the 4-hour sweep, right? 4-hour sweep, 15-minute breaker down, but obviously it's news, and we know what that's kind of doing to the markets right now. So our 15-minute range is kind of nasty. Just no clear direction here. Our daily yesterday was what? Yeah, it was just an inside candle on the daily. Obviously, we had the news after hours. I think that took PDH, but that doesn't go into that doesn't count towards your daily candles here, right? Remember, anything after anything after 4 p.m. So it's kind of weird. It's like we did sweep PDH, but we didn't in like live New York time. What are we doing here in TradingView? Good sign for longs, though. I will say you did get a basically you got a 1 minute CISD back to the upside here. It's not a good sign for any shorts. What up, Monty? Right, little CISD tap there off of basically out of that breaker again. Let's see if this means we want to push the PDH or what do we want to do. Remember, best case is we do close up there and then we can target some kind of continuation model. This level looks good up here. All these open and closes of these candles up here. I think that's a good target if we get a continuation model long. If he wants to. It's totally up to Hill Doggo. Just know like it's like very discretionary. It's very discretionary, very subjective is the way he, trades it. It's like it's something that's like I would feel like would be hard to like learn, but all right, Hidalgo, we going short at this 20? Oh, I guess we already, yeah. You already played it? Okay. All right. Let's see those executions. Don't be like the Twitter folks. The amount of people that post like hindsight trades without executions on Twitter and people just glaze them and saying great trade is absolutely unbelievable. Come on, no doggo. Yep. All right, let me get rid of the double sweep. Let's turn this off for now. I don't want to see that on the 1 minute chart. Chasers get wrecked again. See. Yeah, I see it, Tom. And yeah, so ES took the high. ES took the high again. We'll see if that means anything. Usually when you have an SMT on like previous day high, you would expect that to like deliver like a lot of downside. And seeing ES is taking it again, it's usually showing strength. It usually means like NQ wants to go up and take it too. So we'll see if that means anything here. I think it does. I think we go back up here, but right, because like you should have SMT complete dumpage or SMT, and then a straight pump. Like ES shouldn't be coming back for it at this point. If it is, it's not coming back up to sweep that high and then just, I hope that makes sense. It's basically the same as breaking as breaking an SMT. The SMT should do its job. If we're coming back up, this likely means the NQ also wants that PDH, which is weird because like I said, we already swept. Technically, we swept PDH yesterday after hours, but you really want to see it swept during like regular market hours. So for me, it's technically still a target. All right, so see how our 5 minutes closing. Also had a bullish 5 minute close here, which means what? We should go back up and sweep this 5 minute high. Let's check gold quick. Yeah, gold is still following the indices. Did gold get a 15-minute breaker down? It did. It's kind of where it's holding right now still. This is gold's 15-minute breaker, which actually delivered a new low. Tell Ethereum, go higher, Ethereum. Does that work? Hope there was enough. Hope there was enough enthusiasm there. So it's still pretty, even on like the 1 minute, it's pretty nasty candle delivery. Still, you can just kind of see it. Just almost, it feels like it's gonna be what New York has been this entire week is what it's feeling like already. Yeah, let's check gold 15. Gold 15 with a don't think gold's I don't think gold's a bad sure. Let's see. I want to see how this candle closes. If you get a 15-minute with a 30-minute here, and then like you get a 30-minute swing with a 15-minute swing, I think you could have a gold you think you could have a gold short on your hands here. Kind of like up here where you had the 30-minute with a 15-minute. Or you didn't have a 15-minute up there, but like that same instance. Let's see how that 15-minute. See how the 15 and the 30 close. So you chased a long to get the 20. Got it. That's not the 80-20 model. Just giving you a hard time, dog. Just giving you a hard time. I want to see either some kind of high swept, like this hourly. I do not want to see an hourly inside candle here. This is just telling me like there's a good chance that we're not going to get any kind of good expansion. Oh, we're just back in the range. Wiki candles. We'll see if short chasers get wrecked here. And we rip back higher and stay inside the range. Again, there's nothing of interest here, guys. Nothing of interest. Even if you take a trade inside of here, you're probably going to get wicked out because your stop's going to be too small. And like if you're still in this range, you're just going to get wicked out. and take an unnecessary loss. Just there's nothing clear. Hmm. Yeah, like I said, we do have this. Yeah, I mean, we do have the SMT. We do have the SMT with the highs, but it's still not enough clarity for me. I'm not. I don't trust anything inside of here right now. Nothing at all. If you're gonna push a button, have at it. But I like to trade with clarity. So 'cause this is where people are gonna start chasing, and then we're gonna wick all the way back up here. Like, and then you're just taking silly trades inside of here. If you're in, you should be in from up here, not like chasing down here. But yeah, I mean, just the 4 hour and the 15-minute breaker are still intact. They are still intact. This is your is basically your 15-minute breaker here, but best case is just we'll wait and see what 10 o'clock does. Does 10 o'clock take a low, or do we take the low before 10 o'clock? What happens here? Sensei candle again, just probably no interest. What did gold do here? Gold might get the 30-minute with a 15. This might be the better play, to be completely honest. Especially if gold gives us a 5-minute breaker to the downside here. I don't think that's bad. It would look something like this. It's just a little more clear here for me on gold. It looks something like this. It's like barely a 1-to-1. But actually, I think it's a little better than a 1-to-1. But it's, yeah, not much. I think that's the play. I think that's a much better play. Just because if you're looking at NQ right now, this just looks disgusting. At least with gold, you at least have a target down here because you have a bearish hourly, right? It's kind of a slow continuation model, but obviously went a lot higher than 50, 75, but the 4 hour to 15 is playing out. It is playing out. Hey, maybe we get a -4 today. That'd be cool. We did get -4 yesterday. We got -4 in after hours. Where does -4 take us today? Down there? All right. See how gold closes here. God, it's a massive stop on gold. Yep, you'll have that too. You'll have that too. To where sometimes you just won't have the retest of it. And, like, if it's close and we don't get the retest, that's where I'll enter like a half position and then I'll add the full position if we get the retest of the breaker. But so if ES didn't retest that breaker, that'd be a spot to watch later too. Crazy how gold is moving in sync with all the indices still, like almost candle for candle. It's almost to the point you could almost use gold as an SMT for NQ. Don't do that, but I'm saying that's how it's almost looking. All right, so we do sweep 9 p.m. or 8 a.m. low. So it'd be interesting to see how does NQ close here. But because of that quick dump, there's no way to get any kind of breaker to the upside for any kind of long. And London low would make sense, right? Because you have not just relative equal lows down here, but what you have the sweep of this 4 hour here, and you're likely going to have a close inside of it, assuming some news candle doesn't happen in 7 minutes. Which don't rule that out. If this closes like this, then what? Our next candle should move down to here, and we should move down to here, taking out this 4 hour candle low as well. So what would be something I would potentially try here on NQ would be a close below the hourly here, which tells me continuation down, and then like a retrace back up to by probably like this civvy, and you got like a little 5 minute, you got like a little breaker sitting in here. Basically a little 5 minute unicorn here, assuming it closes below. So I want to see it close below here. Continuation model, retrace, your 10 o'clock wick goes up into here, and then we get distribution down to London lows -4. That's something I'm going to try to we'll try to frame here if we don't push for it in the next 5 minutes here. Yep, and -4 is at the gap fill. You're correct, yeah. So maybe we do get a -4. That'd be great today. That'd be fantastic. -4 has been MIA a lot lately, just because our opening candles have been so massive. Actually, let's see. I'm gonna move stops to there. If gold gets us close here, I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna try one MGC at this civvy. So 450, about 451, 45.51. Just one micro. Because then say it's like a $200 risk with just one, and then we'll see if we can get in on NQ as well. And we can target the hourly low, because the hourly low is what? A bearish close. Or now go back to Q. Or we're waiting to see how this hourly closes. Want to see a bearish close here. I'm so glad we're not gonna have an hourly inside candle. That's what I was afraid of. So if we're looking at like this 5 minute civvy, you can kind of already see it. If this thing closes bearish, where are we looking? We like to look for continuation. What out of the opens of those candles, which kind of takes us back up. It's going to be around 50. Well, wrong fib. Yeah, so we have 50 sitting right at the top of that civvy and right at the open of that candle. So if NQ's going to have continuation down, I like this area. But on NQ, it's probably going to close inside and just keep chopping. Most likely. Maybe we'll get the NGC entry here. I do have, like I said, I have the entry. I do have wrong chart. I do have this playing out right here. So it's right here at this civvy. I'm just gonna put stops above this high, above these highs to mitigate risk a little bit there. And then not looking for anything except the hourly low. It's just over a little one. It's about a 1.5 hour. I don't think it's too bad. You're short in the 420 area. Okay. All right, so they get tagged into the gold short there. Stops are sitting at 45.70. And TP is looking at 45.21, just above this low on the micro contract. So we'll let that play out, and we'll go back and watch NQ's close here. Because on gold, you're looking at what? You have the 4-hour sweep. Well, you're gonna have a 4-hour sweep on the low end. The high, you're gonna have like a basically like an indecision candle here. You're more or less playing the hourly here. Would you still frame short on a key based on the yeah? So that's what I was just yeah. You're saying so the 4-hour close is going to be like here. So the 4-hour close, and then you're looking at the hourly. That's what I'm kind of thinking, Tom. I haven't looked into I see what you're saying. You're like, oh, the 4-hour is still bearish, so I should still expect downside here, but the hourly is going to close bullish. I think that's what you're saying. Potentially, yeah. Just because of the 4-hour, because I hate fading the 4-hour no matter what. Just kind of see what it looks like. Now, like if this thing still closes, this might be a time where I like fade the hourly and just stay in line with the 4-hour. Like if this thing closes back up inside here, and we come and say it all depends what happens at the open. Like if 10 o'clock opens here, obviously we close inside the previous hourly, but pretty damn bearish, and the 4-hour still says down. If 10 o'clock opens and moves up to this CIBI or 50% first, and then we get like a 5-minute swing down out of it at like 10:15, that's something I would still be okay with trying short, because then I'm still in line with the hourly or with the 4-hour, and I'm still in line with OHLC for the hourly candle. It just depends, like if we open and rip down here first and then push up at 10:15, then obviously no. But it just depends what happens at the open, I guess, is what is like the best answer I can say there. Does that make sense? So 1 hour. Best case, like I said, we just close below here. Now we can fib the whole thing out. This is going to be your 10 o'clock range. Nice. So we got the bears closed. So any kind of retrace up to 25 or 50, preferably 50. It's what we want to see. What's gold doing here? Gold should be moving down here. Nice, 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 nice. That means NQ's moving down too. With 2 though. We might not get any kind of entry. You know, I do not have this brought up today. I did not turn the hourly on. There we go. It's a little more clear. Like I was like, where's my 10 o'clock open at? This is best case. Did ES take London? Yes, sure did. So we do have the SMT on London here. Crazy. ES takes PDH and ES takes London, both first, and NQ is just stuck in the middle. Are you on the lower time frame? Make sure you're not on the hourly cash. I know you. It's probably I'm sure, but I have -4 just above the gap fill at 248. Okay, if you're on the 1 minute, it should be there. Damn it, options. If it doesn't plot, just go yell at options. Mm-hmm. He's not here for he's not here just for that reason. We're just gonna have an SMT on PDH for then London for ES to then take London, and then we just chop back up inside of the London range here. Hopefully not. I think I would still try. If we got up into the Sibby, it wouldn't be something I would just short. I would wait for some kind of confirmation, like some kind of 5 minute swing out of it, or not just short. Because if we are going to PDH, you're going to get wrecked. I want to have that. I want to keep that stop small. Looks like gold's came back to about break even or so, almost. What is that? No idea what that is, Monty. What's VCX? I know what a VCR is. It's about my extent of knowledge with VCs, though. Oh, new IPOs. Got it. Did not know there was such a thing. So just because of the SMT, I would wait. Like I said, we'll wait and see if we get any tap of 50, and then some kind of 5 minute swing out of here, because time could still be on our side here, right? If we're gonna push up, it's looking like a 5 minute double sweep here too. So the play on gold, to go over that, because this is a legit play. It's a 15. You got the 15-minute sweep with the 30-minute sweep here on gold. I think you got and then going with the hourly candle closed down. So that's what that play. You also got the 5 minute as well. So you got a 5, 15, 30-minute all aligned here on gold with the 5 minute breaker down. So I would expect some form of hourly low to be swept. So that's the reason for the gold trade. Simple as that. We'll see if we can't catch some kind of entry here on NQ, hopefully. Gotcha. So basically it's held up by SpaceX and OpenAI. Yeah, it sure is, Sav. It sure is. It's also what we're banging off of here. We're banging off of 25% that 9 o'clock range, right? Or we know we can just have rejection off of here and then continue down. Do we actually have? No one said it. No one said it. Dang, this is model 5-1 playing out here. Are you in it, KC? This is model 5-1 right here. I totally I was more worried about watching it dump than I was watching model 5-1 play out here. Dang, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, there's model 5-1. Yeah, yeah. Because because what that bearish hour what that bearish hourly close says is that we should at least the next hourly candle should at least sweep this high, sweep this low. So if it sweeps that and closes back up inside, that's still showing strength. And I'm still expecting because what? If even if this is manipulation, if we have a 5-minute sweep, close back up inside, we're expecting this to move up, right? We're expecting this to move up to create the hour for the hourly wick for then continuation back down. So 5-1 has nothing to do with how the hourly closes. It's just the hourly sweep, whether it closed or it was a sweep and day closed back inside. That was clean though. That was clean. Yeah, I was more busy about watching gold and just watching. Sorry, but hopefully 5-1 is what takes us up here to get our rejection out of here. Let me turn this stuff off. This is going to be too much on the charts here. So I want to see a breaker down here, right? Because we have a 5-minute, basically out of the 5-minute breaker here, out of the 5-minute civvy. I want to see a 5-minute swing here, but I want the breaker to confirm it to get short. Otherwise, this is just a failed attempt at making a breaker, which meaning that basically we're just going to hold this as an order block. Because remember, a breaker is basically just a failed order block to then push up to a 50, where then maybe we can look for another short off of there. But right now, this is not saying shorts yet. We do not have the breaker. So it would look something like this. Right? Stops above the high. This, look for London low, and probably try to hold something for an old -4. Better, I think it's better if we get it off of 50 though, but just because it makes the it would make the RR that much better. Because remember, with a bearish 5 like so so that's the thing. So with 5-1 forming here, we still got 5-1, right? But with 5-1, we're only looking to take it up to 25% because the hourly closed bearish, right? If it's like if it's an hourly sweep and then close back inside, so like a bullish, if this is like a bullish hourly close, then that's where we're looking for 50%. Why? Because the hourly is on 5-1 side. If you're fading the hourly close, you're only looking for a 25 because 25 should be where is the first spot where price can just go to and then have continuation. I hope that makes sense. That should make sense. But yeah, so if you're fading the hourly, look for 25 off of 5-1. If you're on side of the hourly, look for 50%. It's the best way to put it. M5 closed bullish. It did, which hopefully means we get one more sweep and we go tap 50. So we did not get yeah. So I would not take this breaker now. I'll take the breaker just because the 5-minute. I need the 5-minute on my side. I need 5-minute confirmation to take shorts. That's just part. That's just strictly my trading plan, right? I don't trade against the hourly. The only time I trade against the hourly is if I'm looking for like 5-1 up to 25. Like so the hourly's Obviously, the hourly has already swept here, but the 5 minute, I do not take it unless I have a bearish 5 minute close. I do not take a short unless I have that 5 minute bearish close. Well, I missed some trades because of it. Yeah, but it's going to make my win rate that much better. So the entry for 5-1 is you want to see basically if you get a sweep here, you can take 5-1 as soon as you get the 30-second breaker. Why? Because the 30-second breaker should mean this 5 minute low is safe. So and then you look for 25%, and then you obviously look for you can look for a runner up to 50. That makes sense, Cash. So you can wait for the 5 minute to close and then be okay, and then like wait for the retest of the breaker, but you're gonna have a lot less entries. So if you should just trust the breaker forming here, that this is telling you that that 5 minute candle's low should be safe here. It's kind of like if I see a 4-hour sweep and I see a 15-minute breaker, I'm just automatically going to take that 15-minute breaker. I'm not going to wait for that 4-hour close and then take the breaker, because that 15-minute breaker should tell me that that 4-hour high is safe, and I'm starting some kind of a reversal. Correct. Now you can because there are times where you'll see like you'll see the 5 minute close super bullish up here. We'll come back down and then retest that breaker, because then we talk about a lot where price will come back to those untested breakers, and then you'll get some kind of move off of that. You can wait for that, but you're gonna miss quite a few moves because of waiting. But your win rates will probably be a lot better, because then you have that clear confirmation. The breaker is just a little more, just getting it off of the breaker is just a little more of the aggressive entry. So good example there. Waiting for the 5 minute closes bullish. It was looking like we were going to get bearish there, but see, we take that high. So now I want to see. So we've already swept this high. So now and we've hit 50 of that 10 a.m. candle. And what time is it? It's going on 10:15. There's a good breaker chef here. There's no good breaker until we close back down below 25. That's dumb. We'll just see how this 5 minute candle closes here. I might try an aggressive entry here. So if this 5 minute candle closes bearish here in a minute, I might enter without the breaker. Just because my RR is still going to be very, 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 very good. Because I would be looking for something like, I don't know, say this thing closes here. This is how I used to enter before I look for breakers. I would just see a 5 minute swing and just get in. My stop would just go above that high, and I'm looking for here. Like the RR is just too good here. If I wait for the breaker, it's going to be like a 1 hour trade. I'll take the risk and I try it here, but because I'm still trading, I still have the 5 minute confirmation at that point. But if it closes bullish, then I just have no interest, right? And gold's still sitting right about at the entry point. Yeah. And there you go. No bearish 5 minute candle there. Still waiting for the 5 minute has saved me from any shorts here. Time is it 10:15? I am short gold right now. I'm short gold. Short gold off of this 5 minute breaker down. Stop at 45.70. Gold did sweep. So gold did sweep the previous hour low, but remember, this is just an inside candle here on the 4 hour. Doesn't mean too much to me. I'm more paying attention to the last outside candle here on gold, which closed bearish. And I like that all these are just moving up first, but we'll see. This signature looks very, very bullish though on NQ right now. This is a clean looking breaker here, like basically a breaker off of the lows. This is like your clean 2022 model here. Just gonna watching NQ here. Obviously I'm watching NQ, but this is the only thing. This 1 minute would be like a close below here and here. Otherwise, we're gonna hold it as a. If we're gonna continue higher, it'll keep me out of trouble because we're not gonna get the breaker down, and it's just gonna hold to take us higher. Well, actually, we could get the higher one now, but I think it's still in play just because of time. Just because of time. I know we got the SMT on London though, so. But if we're gonna get a breaker, the R is way too good not to try it. Way too good. What's old ES doing? ES is struggling. ES is not even at 50%. Actually, it might be at 50%. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even to 50 yet. Remember, just still lean bearish because of the 4-hour sweep, right? That's the only reason. 4-hour sweep. Obviously, we swept that 4-hour low, but now in all of these lows down here, we should come back for this 4-hour low. But if there's not going to be any short given, then there's no trade taken. You could be like, well, why don't you switch bullish? Well, the hourly is not telling me that. Trade on side of the hourly, but gold back up to here. I think I would add to gold if we got to close back below this 5-minute candle, because then you're also it's 10:15. So if this is going to reverse, it's going to be right now. So any kind of short would be you would be on side of it. You would be like in terms of time, you would be on side of it. Then if you zoom out, you see we're still just kind of just stuck inside of this range. So we're still trading this range. And also, where are we at? We're at the previous 4-hour open. So if we get a breaker here, I'm short. If this turns into a breaker, I'm short. It'll be a 30-second and the 1 minute. We did not get the breaker though. Keep an eye on gold as well. Gold closed bullish there. And there you go. No breaker, no short, just tells you higher. Looking like a clean 10 o'clock reversal today. That's what it's looking like now. It's a pretty far up move. This is actually, you're probably like, this is not a breaker? This is probably a breaker on ES though, right? With the SMT, this is what we talk about a lot. I would be looking for. So this is a breaker on ES. So with the SMT, this is just your mitigation block. It did not sweep a new high, so it's a mitigation block. But you have to have the breaker on. ES. So if you were to get some kind of short out of here, then you could definitely try it because of that. Paper hands. So it's really the last spot where we would have any kind of downside unless we're going to the PDH. Which is what it looks like. Yeah, I completely agree, Cobalt. Completely agree. Yeah, if you zoom out and look at it, that's all we're doing, especially just inside of a big old range. London still with the cleanest move of the day. And time's getting a little bit away here. We're already at what, 10:23? Looks like the SMT with London is going to be it. Potentially. Remember, if we're gonna reject you, this is the spot you do not want to be longing into. You do not want to be chasing here. You do not want to be chasing longs up to PDH here. You're basically longing back up into the bearish 1 minute breaker on ES and the mitigation block here on NQ. Where even if this is bullish, this is where you're going to see some kind of 50% retracement back, this inside this one minute range, and you're going to get wrecked. Remember, though, even if this is the buy side of the curve here, assuming it doesn't turn into a breaker, if this is the buy side of the curve, the left side builds our right side. If this turns into a breaker, I'm still taking a short. But if we're bullish, this is where price should hold. Otherwise, if we're gonna get the breaker, then shorts are on. Let's see if we get a close here. It's not gonna give it to us. Nope. All right. Let's see. Oh, there's a news candle. Look at that. See how we wait for the breaker? Oh, NQ. I love it. I love it. That's why we wait, folks. That's why we wait. Would have got smoked. Yep. Well, that should be your sign. That should be your sign. Looks like, yeah, just the mitigation block's going to build the left side, the right side, like we talked about. And 50 points instant right there. Instant. Yep. It's trying to get any better anytime soon. Oh, there was a little bit of news there. Oh, test? What? Unbelievable. So now financial juice is manipulating the markets. It's not just Trump and Iran. It's incredible. That's amazing. It just sees red and automatically says, "Oh no." Let's dump this thing. Oh, it was just a test. Okay, shoot it back up. Or oh my gosh. Absolutely criminal. Still in the gold trade though. Still in gold shorts off the 5 minute breaker here. It's probably not a bad idea, Hayes, to be completely honest. Let's see if options can make one for us. Yeah. Hope so, hey trade. I hope so. They said the SEC was looking into the people that or whoever bought like all those uh all those cons of NQ and oil before the Trump announcement on Monday. We'll see if anything comes of it. We've heard that before. Uh I'm good there, Mike. I'm good. Why do I sound like your dad? Because even if we get the breaker now, the stop's just going to be massive. But we're still at the point if we're going to reject it. ES can't even get up to the freaking ES can't even get up to its the first breaker up there. I think we might still get a short, but we'll see. Time is getting away now though too. It's already 10:30. Not the pizza. Yeah, ESPN is ES just got up to 50. It's just where it's just sitting. It's weak. It's so the breaker really is obviously all these candles, but this would be like the new one. But like I said, it's just getting to a weird time. I think I would still try it, but it's gotta happen soon. Otherwise, we're just gonna hold, and that's what's gonna. This takes us up to PDH, which is probably what happens here. To be completely honest, I don't know. All right, we'll be right back. How long we got till this candle closes? 25 seconds. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna get the breaker here. Maybe. So only still entertaining it because of the weakness of ES here. All right, now I'll be right back. be honest, it's kind of like hindsight, but like seeing as it's like it's 10:30 and we're still making a move up off of 10 o'clock. Looks like a 10 o'clock reversal. It I, the only thing I don't like is obviously the weakness of ES, but you could almost like take a long inside of here. If you get the breaker, you just hop out. Kind of like one of those. That's something I'm gonna back test this weekend. Is those failed breakers? I know Doc's done it already, but gold trade thing is hanging on here. Just probably gonna follow in queue. By the way, just slow, nasty delivery. You can use the you can use this right here. H rate. Obviously, it doesn't say, oh, 5-1's happening here. But I mean, you just got to watch your hourly lows. Watch your hourly low, and if you see you watch your hourly low. If you see a 5 minute, sweep it and close back up inside. That's it. That's your 5-1. As long as you have a 30-second breaker or a 30-second CIST to go with it. That's your trade. Just use it's your, where is it? Current hourly open liquidity with sweep detection. You can actually, with sweep detection, you can actually, from out of options, right. So with this, you can turn on it's what I did for a while. Um but you can turn it on, and then you can turn on notifications. You can literally get a notification every time you get you can get a notification every single time the 5 minute sweeps the hourly low or high, and close in the 5 minute closes back inside. It's not going to tell you every time an hourly low or high gets swept. That would get absolutely annoying. But it'll tell you. Yeah, you can use a sweep indicator, and then if it'll tell you, like, it'll send in an alert through TradingView or even your phone if you have it set up that the 5 minute swept and then the 5 minute closed back inside. So I did it for a while. I had it set up on all 6 of these charts. I had it set up for NG, RTY. My phone was blowing up with a 5-1 setups. This is just starting to get slow and nasty now. You got a 15-minute sweep up here. Gold short still here, still hanging on. Yep, it sure is. It sure is. Let's check our double sweeps from overnight on the 15. That one would have delivered 1-to-1. This one, I don't know why that's a double sweep. That's not right. That should not be marked. This one should. All right. Let's see. I'm not a fan of the time right now, but this would be it here on the 15. Because then you got a 15 to 1. You got a 30 should be, and you would potentially have a 30 here with a 3-minute, but let's see. basically be like the same trade as gold right now. This feels like if you get in a trade here, you could be in it for hours. Just the way NQ's been moving lately. So I will take this if we get it. Let's turn off double sweeps here. If we get it. Only because I like the weakness of ES here. If we get this, it's going to be. I'm not gonna try to go for swing lows after what the way this market's delivering right now. We're gonna look for 1-to-1 if we get it, and I'm gonna look for basically. So we'll target 25% and then London lows. That'll be the two targets here. If we get it. Yeah, that too. I just hate anything with the weakness of ES here. ES can't even get up to that breaker. Obviously, right now, but we could have news at any time that rips it up there. But as of now, I like the weakness, and if NQ's giving me a breaker down, then otherwise, see what 11 o'clock gives us. Because we're gonna have a bullish close here on the hourly, or on the. Actually, we got a 5-minute CISD to the upside for those that trade to CISDs off of the hourly. Yeah, it might be an 11 o'clock thing. Because if you get a bullish hourly close like this, you would probably most likely expect these highs to be ran, which explains why we're not getting a breaker here. Next news to be pop. Yep, you're not wrong, Captain. You're not wrong. We'll say obviously pretty ugly delivery, but if it's a 10 o'clock reversal back to PDH, it's pretty damn clean. Like in terms of like we haven't seen like a clean 10 o'clock reversal that like actually delivers to target in a long time. I probably just jinxed it, but maybe that means I'll get a trade then. Yes, yes. Nice. So we're gonna have a huge SMT up there. Um, if NQ is taking that high, which looks like it's going to. Let's have to see what does that mean for 11 o'clock. Still, this hourly range is. I mean, that's even ES, but same thing for NQ. Hourly is just disgusting. Yep, pretty much. You're 100% crypto, 100%. I mean, if you zoom out, it almost has that. It has a very ugly market maker buy model, like our like the hourly look to it, right? Or what non ICT traders would say a Head and Shoulders, which is just a market maker buy model, right? You got boom, boom, boom. I mean, if you like zoom out, it's what you kind of see, almost like a three drives here on the hourly inside the BISI, off of 50 of the BISI. What's today? Wednesday. So see if we get a Wednesday high of week, maybe. To see how the daily closes, of course. Yeah, it's been terrible. Mm. All right, Monty. All right, Busta. All right, Busta. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping like once NQ, if NQ ever goes back to normal, which it probably will, like in terms of better movement, I'm hoping that doesn't mean a slowdown for the way that London's been delivering. Because lately it's been trade fundeds in London, trade evals in New York, if you entertain New York at all. But no, Paul, did not. Woke up and we were already past the breaker. There was a clean breaker setup. It was already made and tapped though before I woke up and seen it. Right here, right here. Wasn't the cleanest one because we had these relative equal. I'm not sure if there was an SMT there or not. There, most likely, I'm guessing there was, but no SMT. Okay, I guess you would know, Tom. Yeah, you were watching it. Yeah, there's no SMT and those relative equal lows. Very very yeah. But it just comes to the point where like yeah, you have to like you just trust it. Like, if there's a breaker at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., you just have to trust it. It's almost mechanically like you just trust it. Even I didn't trust it though. Like even though I woke up and I seen this like retesting it, so I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But that's the way I backtested it though. Like if you get any kind of like hourly 4 hour sweep in London with a 5 minute breaker, it's so good. It's so good. I think I got stopped. Yeah, stopped out of the gold trade here. Because it did deliver. It did deliver the hourly lows, but we're just going for a lot lower. All right, well, hang on. Let's see what 11 o'clock does. Still struggling. I guess NQ's struggling too. NQ's not really going anywhere anyway either here. Yep, exactly. It could be Cobalt. Best case would be um I don't like it breaking the SMT, but if maybe we chop here another 10 minutes. 11 o'clock wicks up, takes the high, and then we get a 5-1 all the way down to 50. It would be cool. Like your 11 o'clock wick takes the highs. That would be like best case here. So we'll see if that plays out. The 30-second breaker off of previous day high, and with like a 5-1 down to 50, and even 25, the RR again would be insane. So at this point, I don't want to take a trade at 1050 now. So even if we get a breaker down here, I wouldn't try. I would not try it. Let's see which way 11 o'clock wants to manipulate. Because if 11 o'clock wants to manipulate down, and then we know we still have this up here, because if we have basically candle 1 here, you have candle 2 here, sweeps going to close bullish. Well, we should expect more expansion out of candle 3, which should take us up to here. So if 11 o'clock wants to, I don't know, say, or 10 o'clock wants to close here, give us a move down first, then maybe we can look for some kind of continuation play off of 25.50 of this candle, and then we know in that we can at least target this hourly, the previous hour high, which would be our 10 o'clock high, and then the daily high. Now if the opposite happens and we open and we go straight up, then we can look for breaker. We can look for maybe 5-1 off of PDH, breaker down, retest, and then we can look for shorts continue down to target 50, 1R, and then these lows. That's the two options here we have coming up at 11 o'clock. I'm okay with either way. Either way would put me on side of either the hourly or the the 5 minutes. So if the hourly wants to open and close down, I'm looking for continuation. If the hourly wants to go up, take a high, give us a breaker down, then I'm still trading on side of what the hourly is saying, because we would have already swept that 10 o'clock high. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Tom. Yep. So that's the two options here, and if either of those don't happen, then we just close up shop and we go to the gym and we go get lunch. There was a nice, let's see, nice little continuation model we had on NG. Let me see. I just want to see, did this dip first or did this take the high first? If it took the high first, so he might be dipping here. Where does this thing open up at? Oh, we took the high first. Okay. Never mind. All right, so let's see what 11 o'clock has to offer. Yep, exactly, Tom. This could 100% be a 4-hour wick to take previous day high, and then 100%. That's why like a 5 minute breaker down off of previous day high, I think is a slam dunk short. Okay, not slam dunk in this market, but like an A plus short, I should say, not a slam dunk. Yeah, same. I'm still bearish higher time frame until proven otherwise. Like the monthly chart down to this monthly BISI, I think is our long term target here before like June. Like May, June, I think we get inside of here, and then we look for continuation longs back to the upside. Right, so it's more of a monthly dealing range, 50%, and then push back higher all time highs. Like I said, it's shaping up to be exactly like last year. Right, last year what did we have? February. Well, we had what? January, February, March. What's this? The first part of your yearly candle. Your first part of your yearly candles manipulation and push back to all time highs. Just looking like the exact same thing here. Obviously, doesn't mean much to us in terms of like day trading, but longer term investors. Bearish on gold because of so I had this hourly candle closed bearish here. Already closed bearish. We had and the entry was this. We had a 15-minute sweep combined with a 30-minute sweep, which if you see a 15 and a 30-minute sweep, it's a very, 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 very good setup. If you have a 15 and the 30-minute combined like that, it's very, very good. And then I took the 5-minute breaker short off of that. So I mean, I entered here. So my entry was right here. This was my entry right here, right there. I mean, we still delivered 20 points, but I was just going for that hourly low and not just back down to here. So that's all. Just in this market, you just can't be going you just can't be going for those big RR trades. You just got to take your 1R trades and go have a nice day. Something I'm learning very, very quick. Going for those big trades is gonna, especially it's already harder to go for, to go for those higher R trades because they look cool and they sound cool and all that good stuff. But especially in this market, like the way is as much consolidating as we do, like take your 1-2R and be happy. That's why if we got a short here, I was going to look for a 1R and then the low. Let's see how this 15-minute closes here. This will be interesting. Right, this would be a 15-minute double sweep, but obviously with the highs right there, we'll see what happens. We actually got the breaker already. Like I said, I'm not shorting. I'm not taking a short at 3 minutes before the hourly open, but it is technically a 15-minute double sweep with a 1-minute breaker already. So we'll see how it plays out. But in terms of an actual trade, I don't really take anything until 11. This is something I've been back testing though. This is my new thing that I'm back testing. I'm taking 15 minutes. So what I'm doing is I'm taking any kind of 15-minute double sweep we get, and I'm looking for a breaker to form off of the second sweep, and then just taking it for a 1R. And like right now, the win rate looks pretty damn good. So I'm just in terms of like forward testing, see if this hits. Because I feel like in my mind, what I'm thinking is like, okay, if we have a 15-minute double sweep with a 1-minute breaker, like breakers are already usually pretty damn good for at least just hitting 1R without any kind of like double sweep. But if you throw a double sweep in there with the breaker, I feel like the win rate on just for like 1 hour, I feel like the win rate would be pretty substantial. Um, so this is just a little forward test. We'll see if it hits, but that's what kind of makes sense to me. That's the weekend plan in terms of back testing. But and we'll see what 11 o'clock wants to give us here. Like this doesn't mean we're bear. Like a 50-minute double sweep with the 1 minute here, it doesn't mean we're bearish, but we'll see if it means we get a little pullback here. See if we can at least get 1 hour. Uh, yeah. I mean, usually I work on base on the weekends, so I'm like at my desk on base for like 8 hours straight. Where it's a it's a classified area, so I can't like live stream or anything. So it's usually what I do to pass my time instead of brain rotting on a YouTube. I usually do some back testing. But I rarely back test at the house though. Come on, give us 1 hour here. Give us 1 hour here. Nice. Nice. All right, who took that? Who took that? No, no, I did not take that. No, that's I'm loving it though. I am liking it. Stop, stop, stop. There might be something. I swear there's something there. I swear there's something there. There though. I swear. All right, so we'll see what 11 o'clock does. But yeah, like that's what I'm watching. So like even like so if you go to like here, like if you see here, there's these 15-minute double sweeps. I don't know why that's a 15-minute double sweep. That should not be I guess. Oh, because it swept that candle again. But even here, like if you go back to 9 a.m. Today, right? If you go back to 9 a.m. today, where's your 9 a.m. candle? Where was it? You probably had a 1 minute breaker here off a 15-minute double sweep. Oh yeah, it was the 15-minute double sweep at open, and you had what? You can already see you got 1 hour here. All right, there you go. Obviously, not very much, but 1 hour can pay the bills. Footprints told you so. Yeah, yeah. All right. So in terms of looking for, God, I still don't like the weakness of ES, but all right. So let's mark out. So it looks like we're not gonna get a 5-1 because we're already dipping here. We're already below the open. Looks like we're at 25% already. 10 a.m. high, 10 a.m. low. You know what? I'm tempted to just try along here, and if we get the 5 minute breaker, just to get out because we're already at 25. Let's see. Right, so I would not want to see a 5 minute break. If I see a 5 minute breaker here, I don't want to be long anymore. Right? That's just wish there was like some kind of lower time frame. I'm not taking a 15-second breaker. That's not happening. Oh my god. I Uh, no one. You can't trust anything Dodgy says. Anything he says has about a 92% chance of being rage bait. Did ES take that 30-second low? It did not. There. I should have just got in. Should have just got in. It's not gonna make that 5-minute breaker. What's our 5-minute look like? This could be a 5-minute swing here. Let's see here. I'm gonna hop in longs right here. Stop at the low. This 30-second low. It's kind of a 30-second mitigation block, not really a 30-second breaker. But with a Bissy off of 25, about a 19-point risk up to the highs. I don't think it's awful. And it's looking like we could if it could turn into a 5-minute swing here in 30 seconds off of 25 and failing to make the 5-minute breaker. Don't think it's awful. So we get the 5-minute close. Let's see. Don't want to see that 5-minute close bearish though. I want to see. I want this to be my manipulation below the open. All right, so stop's definitely at that low now. Basically at 64. Just looking for 10 o'clock high. I need mods. Yeah. There's like 8 of them. They just don't do their job. The manager. Might get one more sweep of the low. Let's see. Maybe not. Even if we sweep the low and take a stop here, if we get like another setup to the upside, I would try it because then it would be like a 5-minute double. Let's see. The weakness of ES. All right, so out there, let's see if we get another setup. Remember, so one thing I've noticed a lot is the first low will get swept again, and then we'll go. Let's see. Do we want to push to 25? Or sorry, not 25, but 50. The manager of what? There's nothing to manage. Man, fading that 50-minute double sweep, doing work. Down to the 5-minute. Yeah, the 5-minute right around 50, maybe. I just if I'm looking for longs here, I do not want to see a 5-minute breaker form here. I do not want to long back into this, especially with price so slow and choppy. I do not want to be looking for longs if this turns into a 5-minute breaker. Oh, here comes a short that I guess that I was looking for earlier. But still, what time is it? It's 11:08. All right, so there's 50. Or not 50, there's the 5-minute. So I was gonna yes. I'm looking to see. I don't think I do. I'm looking to see if there's enough to do a giveaway today. Don't know if there is though. I'm gonna see if that'd be cool, right? All right, so we hit 50. We just missed 50. All right, there's 50. Imagine the short I was looking for all morning is gonna just play out here. All right, so for any kind of even we got the 5 minute breaker now. It's just we're probably just gonna stay inside this range. I don't want to take any kind of short until this low would be or sorry, any kind of long until this low is swept. Just looks like something that's gonna be a non trade. We're just back in the range now. Let's see. I think the Lucid affiliate dashboard was glitched earlier. Maybe it's not glitched. I don't know, but I was gonna do a giveaway today, but unfortunately, it looks like somebody that had used my referral code disputed all their charges, probably because they blew all their accounts, and now my affiliate balance is now negative. So I got to get a hold of Lucid and figure that out. So there won't be a giveaway. Sadly, that's insane. Yeah, but why should the affiliate get so now it shows up as like unpaid accounts. So then like they also take that affiliate money back. So after I've done the giveaways, it turns it into a negative balance because obviously there's no balance in there anymore. Absolutely insane. I'm hoping it's a glitch, but it sounds like it looks like yeah, that's what someone did. Hopefully there was nobody in here. Absolutely wild. Yeah, because you don't make much off the you make like it's a negative like $140. So to get any kind of account to to give away, there's got to be like 21 more referrals before there will ever be a giveaway again. So that's unfortunate. All right, so we'll see how this 5 minute candle closes here, and we'll see. Yeah, it's like going to the casino, taking out a bunch of money, and saying and saying you didn't do it. Yeah, 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 right. Crazy. So the short that we wanted all morning is playing out now. Basically, all we needed was a 50-minute double sweep up inside there. The 4 hours still hanging strong. Never, but